Episode 5 starts out with Moiraine channeling with the Sarkarnan, struggling with its strength. Moiraine is having serious difficulty trying to wield the sangreal. As she channels through the artifact, she initially holds its immense energy with relative ease. However, as the power intensifies, she begins to struggle, realizing the overwhelming force contained within the ancient orb. The sequence builds tension as Moiraine's grip falters, her mind reeling from the raw magic coursing through her. Just as she nears her breaking point, Lan steps in, steadying her as she gasps for breath. He seizes the moment to ask what she saw in the rings of Ruideen, but she remains tight-lipped. It's a moment of frustration, not just for her, but also for Lan, who can feel the hunger in her as she struggles to tap into the power. Then we shift to Rand and the Aiel as they travel deeper into the Aiel waste. But this isn't just a travel scene. It's a glimpse into Rand's growing identity crisis. Surrounded by the Aiel, he's constantly reminded that he isn't fully accepted as the Karakarn, their prophesied leader. This doesn't sit well with him, especially since the Aiel are known for their strong sense of tradition and pride. While Rand has proven his worth in many ways, his struggle to truly connect with them is evident. Avienda, tasked with training him, is clearly not thrilled by the idea. One unexpected moment comes when Roark introduces his second wife, Lion, to Rand and the others. This is a bit of a culture shock for the Wetlanders. A polyamorous relationship like this is a stark contrast to their own traditions. The Aiel way of life is vastly different, and it's clear that Rand's journey is about more than just survival. He's about to be confronted with an entirely new worldview. Avienda is tasked with following Rand around to teach him the ways of the Aiel, but she's still angry. She doesn't accept him as Aiel. Is she just untrusting of him? Or did she see something in the arches? We will have to wait and see. We then move to the White Tower, where Sue and Sanshin meet with Elaida. Elaida continues to push and threaten at every chance. She's calling for a vote to cage Rand, and the hostility is turned up to 20 when Elaida calls her river trash. She insults the room of the Emerlin seat and reminds Cywin that she came from the bottom of the barrel. She even tells her that she remembers how love-struck she was when she first met Moiraine back in the day. Elaida asks where Moiraine is now, and Cywin tells her she's been exiled. Cywin meets with Verin and Lan, and according to Verin's quick calculations, there is definitely one more dark friend in the tower. Cywin immediately suspects Elaida, but Verin insists on certainty. Their plan? Catch Elaida in a lie that breaks the three oaths or her collaborating with the prisoners. Back in Two Rivers, Fael tells Perrin that she's found the White Cloaks, and if they want to get Matt's family back, now's their chance. And finally, Egwene gets official Tel'aran'rhiod training and promises the Wise Ones she will not enter without them. Anyone can touch the world of dreams, but few can enter it. We also learn that Aiel Wise Ones can either channel or enter the world of dreams, and some can do both. We should keep this in mind because Avienda was just called to join the Wise Ones last episode. Egwene enters the dream world, and her anxiety turns her outfit into her armored Emerlin gown from her accepted test. In Tel'aran'rhiod, uncontrolled thoughts can be dangerous. Whatever you imagine can come to life. Not all dreams bring people into the dream world, but sometimes they can accidentally wander in, which is risky. And the woman hunting Egwene is stalking her in her dreams. Bear tells her that to get rid of the woman, she just needs to believe she's gone. In Tel'aran'rhiod, power comes from belief, not magic. The stronger your belief, the more control you have. And Egwene blips right into the empty streets of Tarvalon, only to come face to face with Lanfear, who chokes her just like Rena did in Season 2. The bell rings, Egwene exits, and the Wise Ones are spooked. They now realize Egwene is being stalked by a Forsaken. Now just a quick side note. Lanfear has many names. Last episode, we met her as Mirren Sedai. Last season, we'd heard a dark prophecy calling her Daughter of the Night. But there's one name the television show hasn't used yet, which is Moonhunter. Lanfear is so deadly in the dream world that there is a group of creatures that gave her a name to reflect that. But it's clear at this point she is just toying with Egwene. She's not so much trying to hurt her physically as attempting to scare her and traumatize her. Moving to the White Tower, Elaida and Alvarin walk the halls, and Elaida tries to convince her to vote in her favor. Elena presses her to recognize that Siwyn hasn't allied with the most important characteristic of the White Ajah, that Siwyn has acted illogically. Elena says she's been working to destroy the tower from within, and she means to prove it. Book readers should be on full alert right now. And if you haven't read the books, remember this conversation. Varen then sets a trap for Elena and has Adeliz lure her to the 13th depository to see her reaction when she sees Joya and Amiko. If she breaks the 3 oaths, she can be tried and killed as a Dark Friend. They need to catch her in a lie or see if she attempts to rescue them. We then move to a seafolk vessel with Nynaeve, Elaine, and Matt. They are supposed to stay below decks, but Elaine gets too curious about the amount of distance they've traveled, and everyone ends up breaking their promise. The sailmistress is introduced, and all you really need to remember is that in seafolk culture, the sailmistress is always a woman. She controls when and where the ship sails. It's just another example of the strong matriarchal societies within the Wheel of Time. Like the Aiel wise ones, her word is gospel, and she leads unquestioned. Also to note, surprise, surprise, Min is on board and has been following them. Back in the 2 Rivers, Natty Cawthon and her daughters are caged. Child Valda wants to torture them for answers, while Dane Bornhald just wants information on Perrin. When Natty tries to steal his keys, Dane catches her, but someone in the cage is a very strong channeler. It's not just a trickle, but enough to hurl him across the tent. Natty confesses she's the one who did it, and Dane drags her out of the cage and throws her at the feet of Valda for questioning. And now we have a rescue attempt on our hands. Perrin, Bane, and Choyad, Fael, and Alana and Maxim are going to work together to make this happen. While Perrin, Bane, and Choyad and Fael sneak into the camp, Alana and Maxim break off to create fog to conceal Perrin's rescue attempt. But Maxim is still grieving for Ivan, and we had some really powerful moments here. Alana knows in her heart that the last battle is coming, and the side of the light isn't ready for it. And in a way, she's right. Just look at what happened in the White Tower. She is in the 2 Rivers to build an army. She knows the history of the 2 Rivers, that this humble farming village is the birthplace of heroes, the greatest champions for the side of the light. There is something special about this place, and she's right. For people who haven't read the books, Manetheren is a place of legend, a place where one of the greatest battles in history took place, and the short summary of it is this. Alana knows this place is special, and she is certain it can be harnessed to beat the Dark One. But Maxim is still grieving. He wants to kill Liandrin, but Alana sees the bigger picture. This is why she is in the 2 Rivers. At Cold Rock's Old, Lan speaks with Melandra about Malkir's past, the festivals, the poetry, and the importance of living in the moment. On other side, Randall and Egwene have not been able to talk a lot. When they get a chance to strike up a conversation, they just kiss each other and Egwene leaves. Conversely, Moiraine is sitting alone by the fire while holding the sangreal in his hand when Owlin arrives there. They finally talk, and Moiraine tells her what she saw in the rings. She tells him that Randall only lives if she dies, and everything she does now won't even matter. They hug each other, and Moiraine asks Owlin to say something. To which Owlin replies if she saw that she was dying tonight, and Moiraine says no. As a result, Owlin wants her to enjoy the night with some great alcohol from Aiel. They both drink alcohol and just talk to each other. Back on the Seafolk ship, Matt learns what Min has been hiding. She's seen his death by hanging, and Elaine witnesses the Seafolk Windfinder channeling. This is how the ship is covering ground much faster than humanly possible, by channeling the wind and harnessing the weather. And this is why they were sequestered below deck. It's a secret that the Seafolk use channeling, and they don't want their young women sent to the White Tower. The sailmistress tells Elaine and Nynaeve, there are many ways to be a channeler, and many ways to be a woman, and this moment is huge. You can see the look in Nynaeve's eyes as she contemplates what this means. The sailmistress recognizes Nynaeve's block, her struggle against surrender. Channeling is like the sea. It can't be controlled, only embraced. It flows with or without consent. But Nynaeve clings to control, resisting the tide, while Elaine lets the current carry her. Stubborn defiance versus willing surrender. one fighting to hold her ground, the other allowing fate to guide her. To channel, Nynaeve must let go. As the lesson lingers, the group arrives at the harbor in Tanchico. Mat finds a drawing of himself hanging in Min's room. She tells him it's her vision, and she tries to remember the details so she can change her dreams. He reminds her that her visions don't come true because she didn't kill Rand, but clearly this full thing has messed with his head. On the other hand, Elaine and Nynaeve watch the sea folk channel the power to push the boat forward. This is why the speed is so much higher, but this is also why they were meant to stay under deck, so they wouldn't learn the secret that the sea folk can channel the power so strongly. The sailmistress tells Nynaeve that the power isn't controllable. It's like the sea. If Nynaeve would just let go of her desire for control, she might be able to let it flow and actually channel. Finally, as they're reaching Tanchico, Min tells the girls she's going to join them because she's been to Tanchico before. Mat tells the girls that they can trust her. Back at the tower, Siwyn doesn't get the proof she wants about Elaida. She doesn't break any of the 3 oaths, but before she can reveal more, a gray man appears and nearly kills her. This is where Siwyn steps in, risking everything to save the woman and heal her wounds. This moment is pivotal. Siwyn saving a Black Ajah member might mark a turning point in the balance of power. It also hints at an uneasy alliance. Despite their rivalry, Siwyn and Elaida may be forced to cooperate, at least for now. Both have a stake in uncovering the truth about the Black Ajah and protecting the White Tower. It is Siwyn who saves her and heals her. Suppose we'll see Elaida and Siwyn put their differences aside and join forces now. Then Alanna creates Fog, Perrin, Bane, Chiad, and Fail rescue the Coffin twins. Perrin finds Nani Coffin burned at the stake. The White Cloaks have killed wolves, and while this is gut-wrenching to see, it serves a purpose. It antagonizes Perrin, but it symbolizes something bigger. Wolves in the Wheel of Time symbolize instinct, freedom, and the natural order. They are an ancient wisdom of this world, with a sworn hatred of the shadow. The White Cloaks, killing them and desecrating their bodies, is a bad omen, and metaphorically aligns them with the side of the dark. Perrin battles it out with Dane Bornhald. We see an impressive show of strength by Fail's fighting technique and knife skills. Alanna is attacked by Valda's men and is saved by Maxim after she takes multiple arrows. Then, in the World of Dreams, Rand meets Lanfear, remembering the woman he saw in Ruibian before her dark oaths. He's seen her humanity. She claims that she still wants to be good, and she loves him. All of him, both light and dark. Meanwhile, Moiraine enlists Egwene to take her to Siwynsanche, leading to a heartfelt discussion. Moiraine warns Siwyn that if the White Tower does not kneel to Rand, he will lose the last battle. Their fates were set long ago. Moiraine to find Rand, and Siwyn to prepare the tower. For more on their history, New Spring is essential reading, and I cannot recommend it enough. Siwyn wishes they had never heard Katara's prophecy, lamenting the cruel paths that the wheel has spun for them. But she vows to find Moiraine in the next life until they get it right, and Moiraine promises to wait for her in every turn of the wheel again and again. This builds to my favorite moment. Egwene glimpsing the dreams of her friends, each a bittersweet vision of what could be. Nynaeve happy teaching her daughter to listen to the wind. Elaine, free, channeling on a seafolk ship in Evianda's arms. Mat, proud and successful, giving his sisters a better life. Perrin, at peace in the forge, with Hopper and Fail at his side. Finally, she sees Rand, and just as she's about to go up to him, she notices Lanfear kissing him. The episode ends with Egwene screaming no at the scene. This could mean that Egwene will end up losing control, and this could hurt Moiraine too. Egwene is devastated. The emotional weight of the moment is almost unbearable. This could be a turning point for her. This revelation might send her spiraling into uncertainty, and it's clear that her struggles in Tel Aranarhad are far from over. The wise ones will definitely get mad too. It's a beautiful ending with a brutal twist. And what an episode! Final thoughts. That's a wrap on Episode 5 of The Wheel of Time Season 3. What a ride! Between political intrigue in the White Tower, desperate battles in the Two Rivers, and the ever-growing tension in Tel Aranarhad, the stakes are higher than ever. Episode 5 delivers brilliant storytelling, weaving intricate character moments with high emotional stakes. While the action takes a backseat, the episode's narrative depth is immaculate, solidifying its place as one of the season's strongest. Are you excited to see where things go next, especially with Egwene and Rand's complicated relationship? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Wheel of Time recaps and analysis. Until next time, may the light shine upon you.